Hello guys, this is Crypto Marie. She does it all, a little bit of everything. Slash gossip and reaction Marie's take. I have this topic that I've always wanted to do a video on because it's really close to my heart. And when I have seen women suffering with this issue, with this problem, I somehow have a little sympathy for some of them. And often I go, okay, you have choice, and you need to find out what is your best option. So I'm going to be quite blunt with you, honest with you, because it is different for every woman. With all the respect, I know this subject could be a little tough for some women, but I feel like it's my duty to let young people at a certain age know what are their options and what can you do to make things better for you and your partner, right? So the subject is, what is the best age to conceive, to have a child, right? I have four. I am blessed. And I've always wanted to at least have seven, but things didn't go that way. But I'm pleased with what I have, I have four children, four beautiful children, healthy children, and I'm happy with it, okay? And I'm thankful to the Lord for making me able to conceive and have kids. But in some cases, it's different, really. It's really different. Let me read this. It says the best age to conceive or have a baby. Experts say the best time to get pregnant is between your late 20s and early 30s. This age range is associated with the best outcome for both you and your baby. One study pinpointed the ideal age to give birth to a first child as 30.5, like 30 years old. And your age is just one factor that should go into your decision to get pregnant. And I'm going to go a little deeper because sometimes to have a child at 20 or 30, it could be hard for a lot of people for different reasons. Some people want to have a 4 year or two, a bachelor, PhD, a master degree, marry the right guy, a doctor or lawyer or judge, you name it. It's for different people, different reason, different outcome. But what some people don't know is time is running out. The clock is clicking. It's not when you want to have a baby. It's when it's the right time to have the child. Of course, when I had my children, it wasn't planned. I was not, you know, educated. I don't have the master degree. I don't have the bachelor degree. But I can look at myself today, look at my life and say, I am content with what I have. I might not have the million, the billions of dollars. I might not live in a mansion to take care of my children. But if I didn't have them, really, I don't know what I would do. There was moment I cried. There was moment I laughed because the joy that they bring to your life is uncomparable. It's really truly a blessing. And another thing, now we have option as women. We have option. We can froze our eggs. We can decide when to have kids. But at the same time, some women are looking for the perfect partner, like I said earlier. And it's not always your way, you know. The body has a moment for everything in life. You need to know, and remember, this is not medical advice. Always go talk to your doctor and find out, when is the best time, what to do, when to do. There is other things you can learn how to do it. But at the same time, I feel like later on in life, when people have their master, their PhD, and they married the right perfect guy with 6 figure, and they have 6 figure, they have a 5, 6 bedroom, and that's when they start crying and saying, oh my God, with all the respect, oh my God, I'm trying to have a baby and I can't have it naturally. Hello, duh. You don't decide to have one when it's time for you, when you think it's the best time to have one. You're so educated, you're so book right, smart, and you can't even find out when is the best time, what is your option to have a child, and later in age, life later on. No, it's not all about making the money. It's not all about making the money. It's about when is the best time. Because I'm gonna go a little further in the education and what it says when you're having a baby at a certain age. What are the upside down? What are the good, bad that can happen when you have it at a certain age? And with all the respect, some women decide to abort their baby if they get pregnant at a certain age, and later on in life, when they stabilize, when they have all they think they need, that God don't bless them with a baby. And I can't feel bad, with all the respect for those people. If you naturally have a issue, have a problem to carry your child, I respect that 100%. Okay, listen carefully. I know this could be a little controversial, but this is how I feel. It's just my opinion. Okay, don't knock me down. If you decide to have a child at a later age in life, because you want to get your education, you want to get the perfect guy, and it did not happen to you naturally, you have to inject yourself with all kind of stuff to try to conceive naturally. And for some people, it still wasn't enough to have a baby naturally. They had to get somebody, a surrogate, to carry the baby. And later on, you have the money, you can do it, good for you. But you will never know what is it like to be pregnant, to be a mother. And again, like I said, everybody have different option that comes to them. If it's naturally something happened to you, you're not able to carry a baby, I'm sorry about that. God bless you. If you can find whatever means, option to have one, go for it with all means. But if you chose to wait until you're 40, 50, like Janet Jackson, I don't know how she conceived that baby at 50. If you chose to stay that long, with all the respect, I don't feel for you. Because that was your choice. That was your choice. You waited to have that child in that later age. And when you have that child at that later age, not medical advice, there was a high chance that child come with some kind of abnormality, some kind of problem, breathing, some come out too early. Like Chrissy Teigen, when she lost her child at 5 to 6.5 months. Forgive me, I don't remember exactly, but the baby was already formed term, and I felt so bad for them. And I said, oh my God, after seeing the sex of the baby and all the happiness and that happened to them. And when I heard she get pregnant again, I was so happy for them, because those are people who truly, truly want to have babies. But again, there are some people that really choose not to have kids. When I was younger, I used to say, how can a woman choose not to have kids? All men. They have couple right now living in America or anywhere all over the world. They just want to live life freely with no responsibility, with nothing to care for, to worry about. Live their life freely. They chose not to have kids. And before they get married, they both agree not to have children. And I also respect those people. That's what they choose not to do. You understand? Because it could be hard. I have been through some tough time in my life, and later on in age, like when I hit 40, I said, oh, okay, now I see why women or men decide not to have kids. It's a lot of responsibility, but I never regretted to have children. I mean, I could not live without having my children. I would go crazy. I would go ballistic, banana. I had to have my kids. And it's different for everybody. Some people focus on career goal oriented. Some people focus on finding the right partner, 6-figure. Like I said earlier, it's different for everybody. And some people have some medical issue. They cannot carry their kids. Like Adrienne Balloon, that used to be on that talk show. She just welcomed her baby. Congratulations with her husband. He's a pastor. I forgot his name. And she said she tried so hard, she could not naturally conceive. Now, that person, I have a lot of respect for them, because they want to have the baby. It just happened to be, it did not happen for them. But at the same time, some people choose to abort their child when they were young, get pregnant, think, it's okay, I can always have another one later on. But no, that's where it comes to mind. when you abort the child, sometimes it messed up your fertility chances of ever being pregnant again. You don't know if God was gonna only give you one child or two. Some people happen to have 9, 10, 5, and I'm like, whew, that's a lot. I don't know how you do it. We have big families on TLC where people have 11, they have triplets, they have, twins, all type of numbers. God bless them. But some people are not that easy to have babies naturally. So I'm gonna go into depth on how old you are and when your body start giving out, right? And what are the chances. To me, it's not an insult to women that don't have kids. It's an education thing. Like, if you didn't know, now you know. Okay, it's not all about the money. It's not all about finding the right partner. Sometimes you have to go with the flow, and you figure it out later on. I had my first child at 22, and my last at 36 or 35. And no, I didn't have the master. I didn't have the PhD, but I managed to take care of my kids, and we're good. We might not have everything a rich person have, but one day I will make that up. Crypto is around. Crypto gonna bloom. It's gonna explode. Whatever millions, thousands I didn't make back then, now I know better. I invest for a reason, to live a better life. So I am pleased with the lifestyle I have now, even though I know it could be better. Okay, so let's go on to the. It's gonna be a little long one today because it's important. It says overview. Thanks to contraception and the widespread availability of reproductive technologies, couples today have more control over when they want to begin their family and than the past. Now they can, choose when, now, later on, whatever. Waiting to start a family is possible, although it can make it a little harder to get pregnant. Fertility naturally declines with age, and having a baby later in life can increase the risk of pregnancy complications. That said, there is no best age to get pregnant. The decision to start a family should be based on many factors, including your age and your readiness to be a parent. Just because you are over 30 or 40 doesn't mean you can have a healthy baby. And it goes to when you are 20, when women are most fertile and have the best chance of getting pregnant in their 20s. This is the time when you have the highest number of good quality eggs available and your pregnancy risks are lowest. Okay? At age 25, your odds of conceiving after 3 months of trying are just under 20%. Check your fertility status with an accurate at-home test. No, that's something else. Now, let's go to the next one. In your 30s, fertility gradually began to decline at around age 32. After age 35, that decline speed up. Women are born with all the eggs they will ever have. About 1 million of them. 1 million eggs we're born with. The number of eggs gradually drops over time. At age 37, it's estimated that you have around 25,000 eggs left. Oh, Jesus. By age 35, your odds of conceiving after 3 months of trying are about 12%. The risk of miscarriage and genetic abnormalities also began to rise after age 35. You might face more complication in your pregnancy or during delivery and having a baby later in life. Due to this, your doctor might recommend additional screening and testing for you and your baby. Okay, at age 40, that's where I am. No more babies for me. I'm good. I have 4. There is a steep decline in a woman's ability to get pregnant naturally in her 40s. At age 40, your odds of conceiving after 3 months of trying are around 7%. Can you believe this? 7%. Over time, the quantity and quality of eggs decline. Older eggs can have more chromosomes problems, which increase the odds of having a baby with a birth defect. Most women in their 40s can still have a healthy pregnancy and baby, but the risks increase significantly during this time. The risks include C-section delivery, premature birth, low birth weight, birth defects, and stillbirth. That's what can happen when you have a baby by 40. Medical conditions like diabetes and high blood pressure are more common in women after age 35. These can lead to pregnancy complications like gestational diabetes and preeclampsia. Not good when you are pregnant. After age 40, your doctor may do extra testing and monitoring to look for possible complication. Fertility option. If you are over 35 and you've been trying to get pregnant for more than 6 months, you might be dealing with the fertility issue. Your doctor or a fertility specialist can help determine why you aren't pregnant yet and recommend tests. Next step for trying to conceive. Assisted reproductive technologies, ART, can help you conceive, but they can't entirely make up for age-related decline in your fertility. Doctors treat fertility issue in women with drugs that stimulate eggs production and techniques like in vitro fertilization, IVF. I talked about that earlier. But the odds of achieving a successful pregnancy with these methods to get lower as your age. Another option is to use a healthy donor eggs. I'm not for that one. Forgive me with all due respect. The egg is fertilized with your partner's sperm and then transferred to your uterus. Freezing your eggs. Those are the options they're giving you guys. Before we didn't have option, but now we have so many different options. You could get a healthy donor eggs that won't give you no problem. Freezing your eggs, I think this is the best one. If I did not have any kids and I know about this option back then, that would be the best one because, naturally that would be my child. I just decided to have the child when I am ready. If you are not quite ready to have a family, but know that you will want one in the future, you might want to consider freezing your eggs during your peak reproductive years. First, you'll take hormones to stimulate egg production. Then the eggs will be retrieved and frozen. They can stay frozen for several years. When you are ready to use them, the eggs will be thawed and injected with a sperm to be fertilized. The resulting embryos will then be implanted in your uterus. Freezing your eggs won't guarantee a pregnancy. Conceiving, even with younger eggs, is more difficult once you are in your late 30s and 40s, but it can ensure that healthy eggs are available to you when you are ready. A male fertility also declines with age, but this process happens later, usually starting around age 40. And that's something for the males, the decline age is 40. After the age, men have a lower sperm volume and sperm count. The sperm they do have don't swim as well. Sperm cells of an older man are also more likely to have genetic abnormalities than those of a younger man. The older a man is, the longer it will take him to get his partner pregnant, and his partner is at a greater risk for a miscarriage regardless of her age. This doesn't mean that a man can't father children in his 40s and beyond, but might be a little more difficult than it was earlier in age. The benefits of having children later. In addition to giving you time to explore your career and relationship, waiting to get pregnant has other benefits to both you and your baby. And let me see, a 2016 study found that older mothers are more patient and tend to yell and punish their children less. Their children also have fewer social, emotional, and behavioral problems in elementary school. Okay. All right, guys. I think I give you guys the basics you needed to know for when you want to conceive a child. Why I do this video, why is it important to me? Because last week I read a part in Yahoo News where this woman, she has a master's degree, she was making 6-figure. Now she felt like she's been left out because she could not conceive naturally. Listen, don't be a fool, don't be ignorant. We have so many options this day. We have so many places we can go to educate ourselves and let us know what are our options and what can you do to have a baby if you decide to have a baby. Okay, frozen your eggs out of all of them is the best one for me if I did not want to have children, you know, the time that I had them. And again, I said I have no regret. I am happy with my children. uh, Things don't come with the full package in life sometimes. It's not gonna always be the way you want it when you want it. It happened when it happened, and you go with the flow. Again, I want to say this is not to disrespect anyone. It is to educate people. It is to inform people, whether for women or men, we have options. There is things we can do to help us. And sometimes it's the choice for people not to have children. They don't want to have kids. What hurts the most, not even hurt, what annoy me the most is when people decide to wait that long to have kids and later on complain and say, oh my God, now I want a baby, I can't have a baby. No, educate yourself. Go to the next step. Go to your doctor. Ask question. What are my options? What can I do? Look, the full Khloe Kardashians, um, sorry, Khloe Kardashians, did not want to have a baby with a different man, which is crazy, I thought, what she did, because her mom had two different set of children for her husband and then for Bruce. And they're doing one amazing. So to have that kind of mentality is just when you crazily in love with somebody that don't want you, that treating you like a fool, and you still want to find a reason to adopt and be close to them. So what she did, she had frozen her eggs. I know she had difficulty carrying baby. And what happened is, I don't know if Tristan, the crazy man, even know about it. She had a surrogate carry her baby, her Christian sperm with her egg together, and have a baby boy. Congrats. I hope that child is okay. But sometimes this is her choice, and they have money. They can do whatever they want. Okay, I'm not bashing them. That's their business. Whatever they do, it's on them. What I am, the lesson of the story today is what I'm trying to tell you is you have choice, you have option. Don't let it be too late then asking God why you are not able to conceive a child naturally. And for the people that decide not to have a baby, good for you. God bless you. That's your choice. That's your take. And it is what it is. You know, you don't want a family. And if you decide to have one later on and you become too old to have one, again, you should have explored your options. Freezing your eggs. Anything happen, you don't want them, you destroy them. You destroy them if you don't want them later on. But have just like Jamie May, the young lady that used to be on that show, Adrienne Balan, the talk show. She did not want to have kids with her first husband. I don't know what was the reason. She absolutely declined it. No babies, no babies. But when she married that rapper, she wanted to have a baby. She has a little baby girl. You know, you just never know, like in the age, what your option gonna be, what your thought process gonna be. Probably you don't want to deal with the whole mess. You don't want to deal with the whole thing now in your 20s and your 30s. But later on, you might want to have one, and you should have that option to have a natural, your own DNA baby. To have a donor eggs. To me, if this is the only option you have, God bless you. You go with it. Whatever makes you happy, you go for it. But the best option, like I said, in that one is the frozen eggs for me. And guys, I know they say the guys can have a baby even though when they're in their hundreds. I have bad news for you. Once you hit 40, your guys don't swim the way they're supposed to anymore. So we all have issue here. All right? You know, I have to make some kind of fun and joke. Again, I hope you guys take a lesson from this story here. It was bothering me. It was paining me. It hurts to know that a few people choose money, career, and waiting for the best partner, not trying to have a baby in an early age. And now when they really want one, the door is closed, you know. And Like I say, technology evolve, things happen, you still have a chance. Let me know how you feel about this story, okay? Again, whatever touched me in a different way, whether it's medical, finance, or health rights, or whatever happened in the environment, if I feel like something should be said, I will do something about it. And you don't have to agree with it. Just leave me a comment. Let me know how you feel. When is the best time to have a baby? When is the best time? Is it when you have enough money? Is it when you feel like you're ready, you're mature? Or if it happened, it happened. I was not mature for my age to have my child when I had my child, but I've learned little by little. You don't have a book that says this is how you're supposed to do things. You get pregnant, it happened, you have your baby, and then you learn little by little. This is how you're supposed to do it. And by the time you're on the second one, you're already a master. It's nature. It's something that comes naturally. And just to bring that to even though my partners were not the greatest partners to have children with, whenever God blessed me with a baby, I never thought of abortion. I've always said, well, that's one more blessing, and I'm going to move on. Even though if I was by myself, I remember my last child, I didn't even know I was pregnant with him. 6.5 months, I thought I was fat. I'm exercising, running to see if I would lose the weight. And then when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, oh my God, 6.5 months, can you imagine? And I said, okay, it's a blessing. I didn't think of removing the baby or do all kind of stuff. No, to me, it's always a blessing to have a child. And I go on with it. After baby born, I called the father. I said, look, I know you might not expecting this, but we have a baby. He was in shock, and it is what it is. And I'm still a single mother today. I enjoy the fact that I have 4 beautiful, healthy kids. It might not happen for everybody, and there was reason people have abortion. If it's incest, if it's a rape, I cannot judge those people. There was a reason. If it abnormality coming in the pregnancy, you just gotta do what you have to do to take care of yourself. Emotionally, can you deal with the result? But thank you, God, I was able to deal with it. I have my healthy children here, my beautiful kids here, and I'm happy with it. And it's different for everybody, and I'm not judging anyone. Again, the best time to conceive a child, the best time to have a lovely baby, and you can do it. Motherhood is natural. You might not have a split of second. You might not have an idea. I breastfed my children. I take care of them. One thing I was never good at, I have to be honest with you guys, is putting the diaper. I would put the diaper and the pee would fall on the other side. But later on, I learned to put it the right way, but I was never good at putting diapers. But I fed my kids, I clean my kids, I take care of them, they vaccinated. I do everything a mother's supposed to do. Not 100% correct, but I survived it because the oldest is 22 and the youngest is 13, gonna be 14. So I survived it and I made it with no master degree, no PhD, with no whatever you call it, no 6-figure, no, not waiting for a man to be having a 6-figure career amount of money making monthly. But I did it with the help of the Lord. I take care of my kids, and as you can see, I am good to go. I am fine. Thank you guys for watching. Again, to all my subscribers, new, old, God bless you. We're gonna subscribe. Again, I hope I don't disappoint you. I'm not trying to bash anyone. I'm just trying to educate people, let people know when it's the best time to have a baby. If you don't want to have a baby in your 20s, in your 30s, you want to party, you want to have fun, you have options. You can freeze in your eggs, and you can go to your doctor. It's not medical advice. Go to your doctor and get the right information, and before you know it, you will be a mama at no time. As you can see, I am a happy mama, and I'll always be a happy mama. Bye, y'all. Subscribe.